quick update about Wells Fargo, the bank that, until recently, was laughing all the way to itself. Now, last week, we covered the revelation that their employees had created millions of fake accounts in customers' names. And this week, we got more details on why it may have gone on for quite so long.
There are allegations tonight that Wells Fargo retaliated against a number of employees who called an ethics hotline. Many workers say they called that line because they felt pressured to open phony accounts to meet unreasonable sales quotas.
It's true. Wells Fargo is accused of retaliating against whistleblowers who called their ethics line. Although it was probably a dead giveaway that the number for that line was 1-800-SNITCHES-GET-STITCHES. And their bad week didn't stop there. Wells Fargo CEO John Stumpf had to appear again in front of lawmakers, still with a brace on his hand, which I legally cannot say was from a wrist sprain that he suffered while jamming stolen money up his own arse. So that's why I wouldn't say that. Stumpf forfeited $41 million of his pay this week, but he is still somehow holding on to his job, which is especially galling, considering it also emerged this week that Wells Fargo paid $24 million to settle an entirely different case.
The Department of Justice has charged Wells Fargo with illegally repossessing 413 vehicles owned by members of the military.
Wow! That is no way to treat members of the military. Thank you for your service, and while we're at it, your Honda Civic. Cheers! Thank you very much. And this pattern of behaviour is a little hard to take, coming from a bank who, just 10 years ago, were producing actual ethics videos for their employees to watch, like this one.
Okay, this is an uncomfortable subject. But let's face it, we're in the business of trust and money. And while we pride ourselves on our high level of honesty, even we are not immune from the occasional bad apple. I'm talking about internal fraud. The consequences are swift, certain, and severe. Jobs are lost, family and friends embarrassed. And finally, there's the possibility of going to jail and the obligation to repay every penny of the missing money. Ethics rules aren't meant to be stretched. If they are, ouch. Well, they inevitably come back to bite you.
Cool. Wells Fargo is almost begging employees not to take that man seriously. Because nothing says a commitment to ethics like a mixed metaphor being delivered through bad prop comedy by a man in a shirt the exact colour of mustard. We actually tracked that guy down, which it turned out wasn't difficult to do because, and you are not going to believe this, he's one of the writers on our show now. It's true. It's true. 10 years ago, he used to do internal company videos. And while he's left all that behind, guess what, Wells Fargo? He's agreed to do one more video. This time, just for you.
Okay, this is an uncomfortable subject, but remember me, Wells Fargo? I'm your fraud guy. You know, from the video that, judging by your behavior, none of you assholes watched. Oh, and as I'm sure you've already noticed, I did steal this suit from wardrobe. Go ahead, criticize me for taking something that didn't belong to me. I dare you. I fucking dare you. Anyway, there were some things I didn't mention in that video because I just presumed they went without saying. So, to be clear, don't set crazy sales goals that encourage your staff to open fake accounts. Don't punish whistleblowers by firing them. And don't illegally repossess soldiers' cars when they're on active duty. Come on, Wells Fargo! These are basic lessons for being a human being. Get your shit together. And I'll tell you why. It turns out ethics violations aren't actually like a rubber band. Oh, they're more like a dildo attached to a boomerang. Because they will come back, and they will fuck you.